On everybody, it is week 12 of the NFL season. I realize now that I put week 13 in the title, but it's actually week 12. We're just fast forwarding and we're just so ready for week 13 where the Packers will be playing a very exciting game against nobody. They'll have their bye week next week after facing the LA Rams today, and then they'll be playing once again at Lambeau Field against the Chicago Bears for me, Big B, to be in attendance for. But now let's focus our eyes on the opponent on hand, and Matthew Stafford and the LA Rams. Big B, how you feeling on game day?
Very excited. Been waiting for this game since the schedule came out.
Yep.
So, vibes are through the roof today.
Oh yeah, it's definitely a highly anticipated one, and it looks like a pretty nice day out there in Green Bay. I guess for what you can make it, pretty sunny. But as soon as that sun starts to go down, it's going to get colder and colder. Start to dip into those high 20s, and then Matthew Stafford, who's apparently having some back elbow issues, just like a sore old man. That cold might start to get to him and the LA Rams defense, who might have to deal with a serving of A.J. Dillon. So, should be an exciting one. We're about 4 hours away from kickoff as noon games are about to kick off. Before we get to fully previewing this game, though, I had two things I want to talk about. One, it's very exciting, and one angers me. Big B, do you have a preference on which one you'd like to start with?
The one that angers you, 'cause
Mm,
that's always fun.
it is. All right, so I'm sure you guys have seen the NFL's crackdown now on taunting penalties. Taunting has always been a thing. It's always been stupid. It's always made me irate. It's always made me so mad at players when they do something stupid, even though it shouldn't be a penalty, but I know it's going to be a penalty. It was the death of Tony Brown. It was the death of Devontae Adams at the start of the 2020 NFC or 2019 NFC Championship game. Taunting is stupid. And now this year, the NFL has increased their lockdown on taunting because they don't want people's feelings to get hurt. And let me show you. Now they're calling them more often. They're also starting to find some players. So let me pull up a screen here of Clyde Edwards-Helaire. He got fined. Oh, I should probably put on. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We're getting way too meta here. I need to get actually to the other screen. All right, here we go. Clyde Edwards-Helaire pointing to the Dallas Cowboys player as he's about to go for a touchdown. You see Patrick Mahomes. He's look like he's levitating. That's not important. And you see this guy right here, not Clyde. That guy right here. Are you seeing this? Is this showing up?
Yes.
Okay, good. He's just evil. He's planning right now to ruin this guy's whole day, Clyde. He's about to score a touchdown, and he's going to call a taunting penalty for him pointing at this grown man. I don't get what we're trying to solve here. What is the goal of cracking down on taunting? Like, does Clyde need to give him a trigger warning? I don't I just don't get it. They're acting like this taunting penalties make the crime rates go up by 10%. I don't know, man. And the fines too. The only thing that you are doing with these fines and excess penalties, NFL, is making your league soft, unwatchable, non-entertaining. I don't Clyde is probably in the heat of a moment and he's about to score a touchdown. He is not thinking, oh, I better not get a taunting penalty. I don't want to be mean to this guy. So if you keep on cracking down on this and your goal would be to eliminate taunting, that eliminates just not only do you get rid of the taunting you don't want for some reason, but you also get rid of a whole other layer of competitiveness with your players. If you want, your goal would force players to overthink and not try to do anything, I don't even know the word for it, special, whatever. And Clyde Edwards-Helaire, $13,000, that's egregious. He's going to recover from it, though. But I have no other words to describe this. No other phrase. And I'm going to sound really unsophisticated saying this, but this is the only way I know how to describe this. It is the stupidest thing in the whole entire world. Like, I sound like a 5-year-old, but it's the stupidest thing in the whole entire world. That's the thing that angers me. Now,
Wow.
do you have any thoughts you want to add to Taunting before we get to the thing I'm sure you're very excited about?
Well, I don't know how to come off of that rant, but yeah, the NFL is not gonna get rid of taunting. It's just a part of the game, and they're just being jerks about it. So,
Well, I hated was it Dave Gettleman or no, it was the Mara family with the Giants who kind of put their little ticket in, their vote in for taunting because they're on the rules committee. But Mark Murphy is also on that rules committee. Mark, come on, Mark. I don't want to make. Never mind. But Mark Murphy, please do your job. Represent us well. If you only have 4 years until he's forced to retire, make one final mark. All right, and then we'll build a statue of you.
Yes.
At least at Titletown.
Yes.
Okay, now let's talk about an NFL record that was set this Thanksgiving. As Big B's guy, Jamel Williams set the NFL record for most consecutive carries without a fumble at 585. So, does that mean Jamel has never fumbled in his 4.5 years?
Correct. He has not fumbled yet in his NFL professional career.
Holy cow. So 585 carries. Let me look up Aaron Jones' stats. I'm not trying to bash Aaron, but just as a comparison here. See how many carries he has in his career. So Jones in his career has 774 rushes. And will it show me his fumbles? 8 fumbles. So 774 divided by 8. Doing some math here.
Oh boy.
Quick maths. Oh. So Aaron Jones has approximately 1 fumble for every 96 carries. And Jamel Williams is out here having 585 carries, not a single fumble. I mean, that's some GOAT stuff right there.
I remember I did a little research, I think a year or something ago, to see if Jamel ever fumbled in college. I don't remember if he did or not, but if he did, it was probably like 1 or 2. It's not very many.
I don't want to take the time right now to find someplace that has college stats, but that would be even crazier.
Yes.
Like, especially because in BYU, you probably got much more carries, a lot more, like probably actually a starter. So that would be pretty insane. Then you can take it all the way back to, maybe his Pee Wee football days. Maybe he didn't even fumble there. Maybe Jamel Williams has never fumbled in his whole entire life. Who knows, man?
Man, going deep.
What?
They're going deep into this.
I'm just hypothesizing, man. We don't know. It's just like going back to the 1950s when they didn't record sacks, and our friend Corey Banky's whole argument about Willie Davis should be the sack leader. They didn't record stats at Jamel Williams' flag football game in 4th grade. So who knows, man?
Yeah.
Apt comparison. Okay. That's Jamel Williams. That's taunting. Now let's head in to this Week 12 preview. LA Rams, highly anticipated matchup. Both teams at the top of the NFC. They're fighting. The Rams are fighting to maybe get on top of their division over the Cardinals. The Packers are looking to clinch their division in 2 or 3 weeks here. Highly anticipated. 2 great teams, 2 great quarterbacks. Big B, I'll start you off with a simple question here. Who is your guy? Who's a key player, X factor, whatever? Who is your guy for the Packers in this game?
Damn, that's harder than I thought that question was going to be. I'm going to say Darnell Savage because, he's got to hold on to these interceptions. He had like 4 drops last week. and he's going to be a big part in this game. And if he gets the opportunities to take the ball away from the Rams, he has to come up big. We have to steal possessions and get as many possessions as we possibly can.
Yes, yeah. It would be really good for him to have a bounce back game. Not that he, despite what some casuals might tell you, Darnell did not play bad in last week's game against Minnesota. He did have 2 or 3 that should have been interceptions, and then 2 or 3 that were called back because of penalties. But he played pretty well in both Minnesota and versus Seattle as well. But having a bounce back game where he could actually get his hands on one, that'd be pretty big for Mr. Savage. For me, I'm gonna go with a really easy choice, but it's I think it's a big one. And Yosh Nijman. I don't have my Yosh Nijman #1 fan shirt with me today. It's getting pretty battered up after a few trips through the washing machine, but Yosh Nijman, I'm still big time rooting for him. Played pretty well in his 3 games, like you mentioned, in your 3 keys to victory yesterday. That Yosh has played pretty well in his 3 games where he's had to slide in at left tackle due to Elton Jenkins' injury. So now until David Bakhtiari gets back, it looks like he'll be the guy there. Got a tough LA Rams defensive front here today, and I'm sure the LA Rams aren't idiots, and they'll move Von Miller away from Billy Turner and over to Yosh Nijman. And they'll certainly be looking for Raheem Morris and their that LA Rams defense looking for any way they can take advantage of a beat up Packers offensive line. And Big B, you have been calling for it every week, it seems, and especially when we're going up teams with some good defensive fronts, for the Packers to just not only run the ball,
Yes,
but also get into a quick passing game.
yes.
Today, we'll see if they do that.
They won't, though, which is the best part.
We can only cross our fingers so much before they break off, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
Please just come through. Have a good game plan. We don't know much about football, but we know it worked against 49ers. We didn't have Elton either. So do it, please.
Yeah.
That's all we ask. And especially in a game when you don't have Aaron Jones. Utilize A.J. Dillon out of the backfield, whatever. It's going to be a cold one. Just run it, please. I guess I might be speaking too early there about Aaron Jones because it looks like it's going to be a game time decision for the running back with what is it? Is a
MCL? It's not
yes.
ACL, so it's MCL.
Yes, correct. I was going to make a joke, but it'd be stupid, so I'm not going to say it.
Just say it.
I'm not even going to try to embarrass. I don't even know if it makes sense. I was going to say something like, well, if it's better than an ACL, the ACL should be a BCL, and the MCL should be an ACL.
Oh, Jesus Christ. That was bad. Why did you say that?
I told you I shouldn't have said it. It doesn't even make sense. I don't know where I'm going with that.
Yeah.
There's something there, but the doctors are like, no, dude, that's what we've called it for 100 years, and there's probably a reason for it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, can we just talk about Rashawn Gary now?
I guess.
All right, so Rashawn Gary looks like he's going to be active, though, with his shoulder. Did I get that one right? Shoulder injury for Rashawn Gary, or maybe it was his elbow.
I don't know.
Somewhere from here to here, all right?
Yeah. I think it's his elbow because this part went in, not out. So I don't know.
Dang. Okay. Didn't have to describe that for us.
Thought you all wanted to know. That's all.
Yeah. I hate seeing replays of injuries when you can see what happens. No thanks. Especially when a bone falls out of the socket.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I know. I like that kind of stuff. So
you like it?
I don't know if I'm weird because I like seeing what happens, and then it's just interesting to me. I don't know why.
Interesting.
Yeah. I'll just say that.
I guess it's almost grotesque and almost like a horror movie, just thrilling almost. Whoa, that should not be happening. That dude's elbow just came out like a wishbone on a turkey.
What is this live stream? What are
I
we
don't know,
doing?
man. Lee86 says just sit Jones. Blocking won't be good enough for Jones to matter. I mean, yeah, there's certainly a part there, but I certainly agree with your first part. I would have a little more faith in the Packers O line, but like you said, also Newman is the definition of insanity, consistently terrible. He has his flashes, but that's that.
Yeah.
He certainly. It seems like more often than not, he started off really well, but more often than not, he has bad quarters, bad halves, bad games. But yeah, if he's not 100%, don't risk re-injuring it. Don't risk making it worse. Rest him for the bye week. See what you can do with Dylan and Taylor, and hopefully, they've been planning all week to possibly go with Jones, so hopefully they have a opt game plan to go without him. I don't think there's really any other injuries to watch besides Kevin Keene, who is doubtful. Alan Lazard is questionable, so I'd assume he'd be playing. But yeah, other than that, we got injuries on injured reserve, and then after the bye week, we'll see. Hopefully, Gary Jones 100% back. Maybe David Bakhtiari, which might be a stretch, but
Yeah.
we'll see what happens. A lot of ball game left, like 13 days until that. Got to make that decision that next Saturday. So we'll see what happens then. We've gave our bold prediction. We gave our score predictions on our episode previewing this Rams game. Talked enough about how both these teams are going to be in contention for an NFC, top seed in the NFC. So it will be exciting to watch, see how this team can do.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay. And if the Packers win today, we're going to be the number 1 seed because we'll be the same record as the Arizona Cardinals, and Arizona is on a bye. So we'll be right there with Arizona if we win this game.
Yeah. It's like I really, going into a bye week, I would love to have a game where we just crush them and you have all the confidence in the world, like, oh, this is a great team, nothing to worry about. But at this point, with how banged up we are, it's like, okay, just find any way to win. I'll be happy. Move on to the bye week, and then we can start winning pretty in December. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to watch that NFC playoff race. Conference team here today on hand. So, yeah. Trying to think of anything else to hit on. Just 10 minutes before these noon games kick off here. I got nothing.
Wow. All right.
I can't help you. That's all we got for you today, man. Hopefully you enjoyed this live stream, whether you're watching it now, whenever. But I am excited. My dad's going to be grilling some brats. I'm already on my first Dr. Pepper of the day, so we're looking good in the neighborhood. I'm ready to do nothing for the next 9 hours but watch some football. Are you ready, Big B?
What?
Are you ready to do nothing all day?
Yes, I've been waiting for this day all week just to do nothing.
Yeah, that's every week, man. For Sunday, you're like that's literally what I work towards every day. Like, okay, get this done. So, like Saturday, I cram myself with a bunch of stuff to do. Like every single thing I have to get done that week, and Friday night, Saturday, so I don't have to do literally anything on Sunday. I am going to be filming a video that I'm looking forward to after this game, but if we lose, I probably won't be too excited to film that. So hopefully we win. So I'm a little more energetic. We're going to sign it off now. Thanks everybody for watching. Subscribe to this YouTube channel. We'll talk to you later after the Packers get their 9th win on the season.